let's get right into it. Do Revenge was awesome. I loved it. I had so much fun watching it. There's so many 90s nods that I really love. For those who haven't seen it yet, Jennifer, how would you describe Do Revenge? What is it about?
It's a very twisty-turny, fun thrill ride of revenge, but it's actually a movie about healing. I would say that this is a film about trauma bonding and healing.
Yes, yeah. That's what we've been saying.
Yeah.
They deserve to go down for what they did to us, but we can't go after them ourselves. We should team up and do each other's revenge.
Oh, you're serious?
So I know, Jennifer, that as soon as you met Camila and Maya, you were like, I know that they are right for these roles. What did it feel like to have your vision for this movie come to fruition?
You know, it's interesting because in the audition process, you're watching a lot of tapes and you're reading a lot of actors and you're meeting with a lot of people. And it's not that they're not talented. It's not that they're not amazing. It's just that you don't feel the thing like deep in your guts where you're like, that's it, I see it. And so it was a combination of like just extreme excitement to see the thing feel like it was alive, and also a lot of relief to know that I wasn't actually a bad writer. Because I feel like the wrong person reading a script, it's just like it doesn't feel there. It doesn't feel like it's there. And the minute that both Maya and Cammy read the words on the page, it just felt like there wasn't even a script anymore. I was just watching Eleanor and Drea exist.
Are there any lessons you all learned in high school? Because there are a lot of lessons that play out in this movie.
Very similar to Drea, I dated a guy who was popular in high school and had sort of the admiration of all the girls in our school. No, he was like the hottest guy ever, and he chose me. No, but going off of that, I think I assigned so much worth to myself at the time as a young girl based off of the fact that he chose me and he wanted me. When he ultimately betrayed me, I realized that, like, you can't place your worth on other people and their opinion of you.
If we're getting personal back, you know, I got dumped on my 18th birthday, so I feel you.
I got dumped on my 22nd birthday and made a whole movie about it.
And that's how you do revenge.
Yeah, and that's how you do revenge. It's 10 years later, you make a movie on Netflix and you have a lot of ex-boyfriends being like, hey, is it about me? And you saying, maybe, and then never responding again.
So we established that Cammy was sort of like Drea, like, you know, the total alpha in high school. Eleanor is sort of the underdog. Maya, were you like that in high school? Can you relate at all?
I think the thing that I relate to about Eleanor the most is the sense of like not knowing yourself very well. I, throughout high school, shape-shifted a lot. And I am still experimenting a lot with the way that I dress and in kind of in a journey to find yourself. And I think that's why I like my job so much, is that you never have to. But, you know, the journey is the goal. But I don't know, that's kind of one thing I connect to Eleanor about, is this sort of like malleability.
Cammy and Maya, you are representing this new generation that's really shifting and shaping the generation. And I think it's probably a really cool moment in time to be in, not only for your careers, but for, you know, setting the pace of pop culture. What was it like to work with all these other actors that are part of this cast in Do Revenge who are also in a similar boat?
Incredible. I mean, every actor was so carefully selected because I think ultimately, like, from conversations I've had with you, like everyone needed to bring their A game to make this movie what it is, because each character is so specific, and there was no space for bad actors. It was like every actor needed to be great, and they were, and they all brought themselves to the characters and then some. It was beautiful.
What I will say is the quality of actors that Jen selected and the way in which Jen helped us all take our different skill sets and different history and build a common language of Do Revenge and a common tone and style to the kinds of performances, even with all of our many differences, was really awesome and exciting to be a part of an ensemble like that every single day.
Well, there are so many nods, as I said, to 90s movies, from Clueless, Cruel Intentions, the soundtrack, the outfits, the stories. It made me wonder if there were any 90s characters that you were inspired by, either when writing or playing the role.
I mean, for sure. I think that The Cruel Intentions, Clueless, Jawbreaker, Heathers, all of those films played a big part in the creation of the script, which I wrote with Celeste Ballard, and, you know, us kind of talking about and interrogating those pieces and the characters and what we loved about them and what was so delicious about them. And then in conversations between myself and Cami, myself and Maya, we spoke about those things, but really it was like all of the inspiration was there, and then we got to build something new.
Yes.
And I think that was so exciting. It was never about
emulating something that's already been made.
Yes, emulating something that exists. It was about carving our own lane within kind of the pantheon of all of those performances.
Something I really love in terms of like anytime I approach a character or any sort of acting process is like taking in a bunch of inspiration, taking in information, putting in a bunch of work, and then absolutely letting it go as soon as we start shooting. Because I think it's good to be prepared. It's good to have all these like ideas in your head of how you want to do something, but you really have no idea how it's going to play out until you show up, because then you've got a crew, you've got a director, you've got writers, you've got a co-star, you've got so many other people to collaborate with. And then that's when the real magic happens, when you're actually collaborating and creating something with other people.
What do you all hope high schoolers today take away from this film?
I hope they're really entertained, and I hope none of them see their experience in the film, because I would be super worried. No, I hope they're entertained. I think the thing about this movie that's so fun is that it doesn't live in reality. It's not meant to mirror your experience back to you. It's meant to be a really delicious, fun popcorn piece of entertainment. So I hope that we can bring back the kind of high gloss camp genre to the world of teenagers, because I don't know that this movie has been made in a while.
No, it hasn't. Definitely not. The movie has a groundedness to it of like real emotions, and the way that you weave those real emotions into this like cinematic camp universe is brilliant.
Hey, thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Find your favorite recipes, celebrity interviews, uplifting stories, shop our favorite deals, and so much more with the Today app. Download it now.